When Frank Miller, one of the most influential voices in comic book history, described Superman as an apologia worrywart, he unknowingly offered the perfect lens through which to re-examine Zack Snyder's Man of Steel and Henry Cavill's portrayal of the iconic character. Hello viewers. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more videos. The critique that Cavill's Superman was too brooding or uncertain misses the deeper truth that Miller and Snyder both understood. Superman, at his core, is a character burdened by conscience. He is, in essence, a cosmic warrior. Frank Miller's quote isn't a jab, it's an insight. In his landmark work The Dark Knight Returns, Miller portrayed Superman not as the unfaltering paragon of truth and justice but as a man caught in the web of duty, constantly second-guessing whether his actions serve the greater good. In labeling him a worrywart, Miller wasn't diminishing the character. He was highlighting the weight of responsibility that comes with Superman's godlike power. That interpretation matches perfectly with Cavill's Clark Kent in Man of Steel, who spends much of the film questioning his role in the world and the morality of revealing himself. Many critics of Man of Steel claim that the film stripped Superman of his hopefulness, his bright optimism. But hope isn't the absence of worry, it's what you hold on to despite it. Cavill's Superman is a young man raised to blend in, forced into isolation, haunted by the fear that his presence could lead to catastrophe. That's not weakness, that's emotional realism. His internal conflict doesn't make him flawed, it makes him compelling. What Miller and Snyder both capture is the struggle of a man who could impose his will on the world but chooses restraint. Superman's constant questioning of right and wrong isn't a bug, it's the point. Cavill's version asks, should I save them? Not because he wants to be selfish, but because he understands the ripple effect of his power. The worry isn't hesitation, it's humility. Let's consider one of Man of Steel's most controversial moments, the death of Zod. Critics called it antithetical to Superman's code. But Snyder wasn't turning Superman into a killer. He was presenting a man who had to make a devastating choice, one that would haunt him forever. That's pure Miller. In The Dark Knight Returns, Superman is a government pawn who tries to maintain peace even at the cost of his own ideals. He's not bloodthirsty, he's conflicted. That complexity is central to Miller's vision, and it's echoed powerfully in Cavill's performance. Moreover, Cavill's Superman isn't cold, he's cautious. His distance isn't apathy, but fear of causing harm. This version of Clark Kent grew up hearing that the world might reject him. Of course he hesitates. Of course he worries. That's what makes his eventual decision to step into the light all the more heroic. When he finally dons the cape, it's not because he believes he's a savior, it's because he realizes someone has to be. Miller's Superman was never the naive Boy Scout many remember. He was always a man who bore his mission with pain and reflection. Cavill's Superman is the same. Both wrestle with what it means to be good in a world that often isn't. They're not flawed, they're aware. And that awareness, that ever-present concern for doing the right thing, is not weakness. It's what makes Superman super. In hindsight, Miller's quote becomes a defense of Snyder's vision. Superman isn't boring because he's good, he's riveting because being good is hard. Cavill's portrayal captured that nuance perfectly. He made us believe that Superman, with all his power, still wakes up wondering if he's doing the right thing. So, the next time someone says Man of Steel got Superman wrong, remember Miller's apologia worrywart. That's not a criticism, it's a compass. And it points directly to the truth that Cavill's Superman was never broken. He was simply human.
Cavill was born in Jersey, the largest and southernmost of the Channel Islands, which are dependent territories of the British Crown and are located off the coast of Normandy, France. He is the fourth of 5 sons of Marianne Cavill, née Dalgliesh, a secretary, and Colin Cavill, a stockbroker. The family lived in St. Helier, where Henry Cavill grew up playing computer games with his brothers. At age 13, he left Jersey to attend the Stowe School, a boarding school in Buckinghamshire, England. At Stowe, Cavill developed an interest in acting and participated in school productions, including Grease, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Tom Stoppard's Dog's Hamlet. At age 16, he and his classmates had the opportunity to be extras in the movie Proof of Life, 2000, starring Russell Crowe. While on set, Cavill introduced himself to the recent Oscar winner, who encouraged him to pursue acting professionally. Cavill soon landed a role in Vendetta, 2001, followed by another in Kevin Reynolds' big-screen adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. For the part of Albert Mandigo, Cavill, who has said that he was teased for being overweight as a kid, was encouraged to lose several pounds. In addition, Cavill had guest roles in a number of British television shows as well as supporting parts in the coming-of-age film I Capture the Castle, 2003, and an adaptation of the Celtic romance Tristan plus Isolde, 2006. During this period, Cavill auditioned for several iconic roles, including Superman and James Bond, which ultimately went to Brandon Routh in Superman Returns and Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, both 2006, respectively. Those setbacks led him to consider following in the footsteps of two of his elder brothers and joining the armed forces. In 2007, however, Cavill garnered his first leading role in The Tudors, a cable series following the exploits of Henry VIII, played by Irish actor Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Cavill portrayed Charles Brandon, a loyal courtier to the king. The series helped make Cavill a familiar face, and during its 4 seasons, 2007 to 10, he also appeared in such films as the adventure fantasy Stardust, 2007, and the Woody Allen comedy Whatever Works, 2009. After The Tudors, Cavill proved his skill as an action star, playing Greek hero Theseus in Immortals, 2011, and the son of a CIA agent, played by Bruce Willis, in The Cold Light of Day, 2012. In 2011, Cavill announced that he had been cast as Clark Kent/Superman in Man of Steel, 2013. He later admitted that he had missed the call from director Zack Snyder offering him the job because he had been playing the online game World of Warcraft. To portray the Man of Steel, Cavill transformed his body, adding so much muscle that he sometimes split the seams of his Superman costume. He also had the opportunity to work alongside Crow, who played Superman's father. Jor-El. Cavill went on to reprise the role in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, starring opposite Ben Affleck as Batman, and in Justice League, 2017, featuring such DC comic book heroes as Wonder Woman, played by Israeli actress Gal Gadot. In between Superman films, Cavill starred in director Guy Ritchie's big-screen adaptation of The Man from U.N.C.L.E., 2015, playing a CIA agent who teams up with a KGB agent, played by Armie Hammer, and in Sandcastle, 2017, portraying a Special Forces captain on a 2003 tour of Iraq. Cavill then played the main antagonist in Mission Impossible Fallout, 2018, the 6th installment of Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible series. In 2019, he assumed the lead role in the hit Netflix series The Witcher, based on the novels by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski, whose sources include Polish mythology and Slavic folklore. Cavill played Sherlock Holmes, the elder brother of aspiring sleuth Enola Holmes in the movies Enola Holmes, 2020, and Enola Holmes 2, 2022.